News Center of Freedom Communications Incorporated. A pleasant welcome to Freedom Evening News Basket. 45-minute production of news, interviews, counter-views, comments, and in-depth reports about Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our global village. And today is Thursday, the 30th of May 2024. My name is Higa Gamba. I'm covering tonight's edition of the news program. And in the top developments, we following United Methodist Human Rights Monitor expresses concern over the reported high increase in the price of 25 kg rice in Liberia, foresees danger if the importation of the country's staple food remains in the hands of foreigners. Residents of the Grand Juda County community in Dwazon expresses fear over the release of a 42-year-old alleged drug dealer on bail after she and others were arrested and indicted for armed robbery. A visually impaired Liberian man identified as Peter Kano begs for support to pay his 19-year-old niece's hospital bill at the John F. Kennedy Medical Hospital in Sinko and outside of Liberia. Early results have been announced from what is seen as South Africa's most closely fought elections since the African National Congress came to power 30 years ago, according to the BBC. The detail of these developments, plus other local and international stories, the voices of those behind the news, are all anticipated on tonight's edition of the program. At this juncture, we cross over to the news center where Thomas Kojo Rolak is seated to read for us the bulletin of news. Kojo, good evening, welcome.
The President, good evening to you, Hika, and good evening to everyone. The United Methodist Human Rights Monitor has expressed concern over the reported high price of 25 kg bags of rice in the Liberian market in the rural part of the country. The Monitor Program Director, Jefferson Knight, said since the pronouncement of an increment in the price of 25 kg bags of rice, the businesses are increasing the price of the country's staple food, especially in the area where there is no presence of commerce inspectors. Addressing a press conference in Monrovia, Knight claimed that he foresees danger if the importation of the country's staple food remains in the hands of foreigners. The United Methodist Human Rights Monitor Program Director is therefore encouraging the government to invest in agriculture, noting that spending over $200 million United States dollars on the importation of rice is providing employment in those countries where the rice is being imported from. Criminal Code D has released a 42-year-old drug dealer on bail after she and others were arrested and indicted for armed robbery. Suspect Helena Sidit was released on Thursday by Criminal Code D resident George Memita Jabatet Salif on grounds that the proof is not evidence and presumption is not great as such. Suspect Sidit is entitled to bail consistent with Chapter 13, Section 13.1 of the Criminal Procedure Law of Liberia. Judge Jabate Salif may take the decision emanated from emotion from a Manasidi lawyer that the crime against their client was not great for warrant. It's something that they say could not warrant her incarceration at the Monrovia Central Prison. But state prosecutor took exception to the judge ruling, saying they will file a petition for a writ of certiorari before the justice presiding in Chima at the Supreme Court, which with the objective of overturning the judge's decision as provided by Chapter 16, Section 16.21 of the Civil Procedure Law of Liberia. No, a resident of the Grand Juda County community in Dwazon, where suspect Helena City lives, were disappointed over the court ruling, saying her release poses serious threat to the community. Prior to the release, 9 of her companies were indicted, tried, and later sentenced to 10 years each by Criminal Code D, where suspect Helena City and her daughter were on the run before her arrest in January 2024 for armed robbery. Commerce Minister Amen Moda was on Thursday discharged on contempt for allegedly lying to members of the House of Representatives over his travel. It can be recalled members of the House of Representatives last Thursday summoned the Commerce Minister to appear Tuesday to provide information in regards to the planned hike in the price of rice on the Liberian market. Despite the House decision, Minister Amin Moda did not appear before the plenary on Tuesday on grounds that he was traveling out of the country and did not show up. The minister disclosure sparked a huge debate among lawmakers, which prompted Commerce Minister Amin Moda to be placed on a courtesy with the horse sergeant of arm for hours. However, the plenary, after an executive section, reopened to the media and accepted a motion from Representative Samuel Koga. Representative Koga, in his motion, moved that the Commerce Minister be discharged on a contempt and appear next Tuesday at 10 a.m. with his traveling cancellation document, inclusive of the flight, the country he was about to travel to, and his lawyer. The Elections Coordinating Committee has advanced a non-count recommendation intended to reform the election laws and improve the internal part within the country. The ECC chairperson, Councillor Oscar Blood, proposed, among other things, that the act that created the Governance Commission be amended to give the GC the oversight of the operation of political parties, including registration, resolution of the inter-party grievances, nominations of candidates, financial resources, and management. Councillor Blood advanced the recommendation when the Elections Coordinating Committee released its technical observation report and findings in the 2023 presidential legislative elections that took place in Monrovia and other parts of the country. According to him, the national legislature used the latest census report to set the threshold which the National Elections Commission can use for the delimitations of electoral constituencies boundaries. The ECC board also proposed that the registration of candidates be decentralized to enable those interested to participate in future elections and do not have to come to Monrovia to form part of the registration process. The Liberian National Police has received a donation of over 75 pairs of boots from the Bombing County the Bombing County Citizen Association in the United States of America. Speaking during the presentation of the donation at the headquarters of the Liberian National Police on Wednesday, the president of the U.S.-based Bombing County Citizen Association, Musu Willie, said the donation is in recognition of the hard work being done over the years by officers of the Liberian National Police. According to Manawudi, the NNP continued to carry out its professional duties despite several challenges facing the Liberian National Police, ranging from logistical and financial support and among others. Receiving the donation on behalf of the administration of the RMP, the Deputy Inspector General for Police for Administration, Colonel Williams Moraba, expressed thanks to the U.S.-based Bombing County Citizen Association for the donation. Colonel Moraba called on all well-meaning Liberians to emulate the good example of the U.S.-based Bombing County Citizen Association in donating to the Liberian National Police. Defendant Nepe Teddy Capet Alliance Russell Dasso, who is accused of disseminating caustic material for some Liberian women on social media. Criminal trial on Thursday opened at the Monrovia City Court at the Temple of Justice. Defense lawyer, Councillor Serenan Sifa, told the court that the writ should be quashed against his client because the entire variant of the writ is defective and is in an error of law and facts procured by false and misrepresentations. Councillor Sifos, according to our judicial correspondent, argued that the purported Jeanette Bryant did not appear before the court to file a contempt against defendant Russell Dasso and said the action clearly violates Chapter 10, Section 10.6b of the Criminal Procedure Law of Liberia. Early, defense counsel prayed for a pre-trial conference so as to narrow down the issues and make a determination as to whether said actions can be applicably resolved void of trial. The plenary of the House of Representatives has again summoned the Inspector General of Police and the Managing Director of the National Transit Authority. The plenary decision was predicated upon the failure of the Police Inspector General to appear with his head of traffic to explain some transformational material within the country. It can be recalled on last Tuesday, Mosvado County District 14 Representative Muga Kamara wrote plenary to invite heads of the institution mentioned to provide details on policies instituted for vehicles plying District of Monrovia and other environs. Resident Representative Kamara, in his communication, asserted that the vehicle